All right, you're watching the Arizona Wildcats show brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. And as Yogi mentioned, these two crazy dudes went to college together at Pitt. And I think what everyone wants to know, Matt Dudek is a huge star in Tucson. I think you know this.
Clearly.
Huge star. So I think everyone wants to know, what was Matt Dudek, the college student, like?
You know, Matt was very similar. You know, I think anyone who's been around Matt, and I'll probably embarrass him, he's likable. You know, you want to be around him, you want to spend time with him, you want to ask questions, you want to just hang out. And the same was in college. You know, he had this amazing, immaculate apartment at the University of Pittsburgh, and it was as clean as the room that we're in, as you would probably imagine. But regardless of the cleanliness, you just want to go and hang out and, you know, say what's up, catch up after the games. And for me, a guy on the squad, it was always fun to just kind of just go to, you know, get out of the football environment and just kind of talk ball with somebody else. And Matt was always an easy guy to talk to, clearly an OKG, and but definitely, as you might imagine, the life of the party, constantly recruiting.
Now, I thought to be an OKG, you had to be a good football player. Were you a good football player?
I was a semi-marginal high school football player. I did have one school that was willing to allow me to be on their team, Bethany College. Thanks, Bethany College. Shout out to those guys.
Is that a real school?
That is a real school. Okay. It really is a real school. D3, where they just take anyone that can breathe, and that's why I was recruited there.
Okay, now I want to know, when I think Yogi Roth, I think Southern California, Venice sunsets, ripping it, ocean, and then I find out he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Has he always been Mr. Southern California?
You know, he has always had that kind of dude quality, as he calls it. He's always been more a little laid back. He's always been that Venice Beach. So when you find out he's going to USC with Coach Carroll, and you find out he's living in Venice, California, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay. So now, Yogi, you do like 19 different things. I think adventurepreneur is what we refer to you as. And now you have a full-length documentary coming out that I checked out the trailer this morning. It looks awesome. Tell us a little bit about Life in a Walk and what that's about.
Yeah, so when I left coaching and kind of changed careers, I started broadcasting, being a college football analyst, but also started doing storytelling and a chance to kind of do a doc every year. Started doing one on Jake Locker and Steve Sarkisian and his, you know, coming back for his senior year. And every year it kind of stayed in sports. You mentioned the drive earlier. And last year I said, I want to try one outside of sports. And I polled a bunch of my male friends and I asked them, hey, what was the relationship like with your father? And particularly, guys, we're not great with emotion, right? We don't ask our dads specific questions. And my dad at the time had been sick. So I said, you know what? That's not going to be me. I'm never going to wonder what if, or I wish I asked him this. So I said, hey, man, let's go for a walk together. And let's go on a walk that maybe you've never heard of. And it was through Portugal and Spain called the Camino de Santiago. And it was the most amazing trip I've ever done. And I've been traveling for over a decade around the world. And to have a month with him to talk about everything you can imagine was really unique. And I got fortunate that I partnered with a production company. And we went and shot a documentary. And now we are building the feature-length piece. And you can check it out at lifeonawalk.com. The trailer's there. And in the next few weeks, we'll release our crowdfunding campaign. And it's going to be really cool. We're really close to finishing it. So even if you can't donate, just to support it, share it on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, or whatever you're doing, or via email. It's probably the most passionate project I've ever done for obvious reasons.
You got to get this guy over here with his thousands of Twitter followers to help you out.
He is already dubbed the quote-unquote campaign manager. He doesn't even realize it yet, but that's part of the deal.
Okay, now I got one more for you, all right? Better hair, Matt Dudek or Yogi Roth?
Come on, that's plain and simple. Look at this. I mean, he was up at 4 a.m. doing that this morning. Every hair is in place. It's sharp. I cut my own hair 2 weeks ago. So,
did you really?
No, I didn't. My wife did. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he's sharp. Always been sharp. Always been clean. Just boom. He's an all-American guy. You know.
Yes.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.